Ho, ho, ho! And welcome to Al Dente Rigor Mortis. I'm Review Claus.
I'm Mikey. The E stands for Ebenezer.
And I'm the Grinch in yellow.
And we're here to discuss those internet stories, most creepy and most pasta, and be critically silly doing it. And tonight we have, for SCP-Cember, another Are We Cool Yet tale. Living in the Limelight. Yeah, we're covering the story "Living in the Limelight."
Why'd you sing it? There was no musical.
I don't know. I just like the way it sounded is like when I was reading, it's like it kind of sounds like it goes with a tune. So
it really does. You're not wrong there.
But yeah, "Living in the Limelight" is by Smapti, who I believe is also one of the founding creators of the "Are We Cool Yet" group of interest.
Mm-hmm.
And you can check out this story and other tales and entries associated with the Are We Cool Yet group of interest for the SCP setting from scp-wiki.wiki.com.
I hate that URL.
I love saying it.
Because when you hear that, how do you know what to type in? Which dot is an actual dot and which dot is the word dot?
Well, the one that's wiki, the one that's right after wiki, so wiki dot is all one word.
Oh, I know. I can see the URL. It's in front of my face, but I'm saying audibly, it's hard to know. It almost sounds like it's two periods. Either way, please continue.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose we should give our initial recommendation. I'm going to partially recommend this one, but it's mostly positive, but
I'm going to not recommend this one.
Okay.
I'm going to conditionally recommend this one.
Fair.
So once again, we're running the gambit. Everyone has a different recommendation.
Hey, it's almost like we're all different people.
No.
Something that I've had to spend years gripping with.
Please don't grope with that.
All right, let's jump into this and find out why we gave such a diverse spectrum of recommendations. Starting with the rundown. So this tale opens up with a packed symphony hall in New York with all walks of life dressed to their best to witness a performance from a very specific conductor. The conductor wields two batons, or whatever those wand things are that conductors use.
They're referred to as batons in this, so yeah, I assume
that's how I'll be referring to them.
Yeah.
It's just after reading it again, is that actually the correct word, the correct term?
Because when you say baton, you might think it's one of those things that you spin up during a parade,
or a billy club kind of baton, like a.
like a nightstick.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, the conductor wields two batons, and with his right hand, he is able to summon forth and conduct an invisible orchestra of diverse instruments. As the stage is performing its music from literal thin air, the conductor uses his left hand and baton to make a chandelier above the audience disappear, but keep the various lights that were on the chandelier intact and actually animate them. These orbs of light seem to have a semblance of intelligence, or at least some kind of guidance, as they perform various aerial maneuvers and performances in the air above the crowd, and even begin battling each other, snuffing one another out as the awed crowd below looks on. These performances are taking their toll on the now sweating conductor, but he manages to bring everything to a spectacular and flashy end, dissolving the ceiling of the symphony hall to reveal a cascade of stars in the night sky. Then everything, the theater, the audience, they all evaporate at the conductor's command, back into a rehearsal space of the West Soho Performing Arts Center. It's here that two audience members were in fact real the whole time: the conductor's son, who was so bored he fell asleep, and a contemporary of the conductor's, who we learn is the conductor. We learn the conductor's name is Mr. Chesapeake. It seems this was all a demonstration for a bigger performance down the road, and this other man was critiquing the work so far.
Even though that's our job.
Yeah. It's critiqueception, this one.
Yes.
But yeah, Finn. So, with that out of the way, I suppose we'll move on to everyone tolerates the Grand Inquisitions. At this point, guys, do you got anything?
Yeah.
Mikey?
I have an it sentence.
All right. And now an it sentence with Mikey. These stands for you.
It ought to be ready by the next time you're in town, if you'll have time to see it. Finn.
But what is it? But who was
Pennywise.
it?
It is Pennywise, the dancing clown.
Yeah.
To be kind of topical lately, right now.
As
For when
opposed.
this gets posted and when this is recorded. Check out
But-
Welcome to Derry. It is brutal.
Hell yeah. But for those unaware, Mikey grabs normally more than one sentence, but sentences throughout the story that start with words that they probably shouldn't, like its, ends, or buts, because there's always better words to use. That being said, this was dialogue, so
Yeah.
I know you're doing it for the
Mikey,
bit, but come on.
Mikey will die on the hill that like nothing is true, everything's permitted.
Sure.
Mikey is secretly an assassin.
Secretly. I knew the whole time.
It's an open secret.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gamer, what do you got?
I got a couple. They're not technically like grammatically wrong. It's just the way the sentences were put together kind of like made me hiccup a little bit over them.
Sure.
So first one. The city's finest conversed in their box seats. The elite and the middle class, the elite and the middle class sat out front to see and be seen, and the galleries even, and in the gallery, even the less fortunate of the city had put on their Sunday finest and turned out. So the way that I first read that was the elite and the middle class sat in the front out to see them and in the galleries, which made it sound like the elite and the middle class are out front and also in the galleries. And then I'm like, oh no, it's in the galleries. Yeah. That's where the less fortunate are. I know it's commented out, but yeah, but
I know.
On first reading, I stumbled over it just because the transition. So I know I'm sure it's a me issue, but like my OCD brain is like wanting to keep it all laid out the same, because previously it's like this is who it is, then they're described.
Yeah.
And then this one is they're described and then here's who they are. So the way that it would be, I would change it so there wouldn't be a confusion, is it goes the elite and the middle class sat out front to see and be seen. And even the less fortunate, dressed in their Sunday finest, turned out to fill the galleries.
Yeah, honestly, that sounds way better.
Yes.
Like personally as well. Yeah.
Also, I accidentally typed down "turned out to gill the galleries," but they probably weren't doing that.
What the hell's gilv?
It's fine. And then the next one is in regards to the performance itself. A few in the crowd took the time to look at the conductor as the war raged on above them. Had they would have seen the sweat dripping from his brow, his hair soaking wet from it, his hands wildly flailing in both directions at once, as his mind focused on keeping both his imaginary productions in sync. So, at first, I thought that it was saying that he was keeping both his imaginary productions in something else. Like when it said both his imaginary productions, I expected it to continue saying and listing something else, because it sounded to me like it was starting a list. But it didn't, because it just immediately ended. So for me, it would have been clearer right away if it said focused on keeping both of his imaginary productions in sync instead of just both his.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
But that's also probably just another me issue. But that's fine. Either way, those are the only two spots I stumbled over, so I'm good.
All right. Well, then I suppose we'll move on to actual thoughts. I'm going to start with this one here. I believe it was Shakespeare who said, "All the world's indeed a stage, and we are merely players, performers, and portrayers, each another's audience outside the gilded cage." He was half right. Excerpt from The Coolest War, Memories of a Critic by Anonymous. But wait, what half was he right on?
Yes.
Yeah. Also, quick thing here. So it says like memory. I just realizing memories of a critic, and then at the end here, at the end of the story, we have like that. We find out that one of the audience members who's real is just only goes by the critic. And then I noticed that there was if you look at the bottom of the story, in the like little like citation or like kind of thing, you see like are we like we see some tags like are we cool yet? Group of interest or GOI 2014 tale, and then the critic. I was like, wait, the critic's an actual like thing? Like he's a recurring character? And yes, he is. Would you click on that would you click on that tag for the critic?
It's 43.
He's involved in a bunch of stories and entries.
It's 43 of them. Holy crap.
So he is yet another SCP entity, I guess. Just kind of like just slumming it with a group of interest.
Just slum it.
Much like the previous episode, the previous story we covered, which was I think it was Birth by Guitar, and it had the Mr. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just love that these like entities are just like just hanging out, just hanging out with the family, having ourselves a party. Sorry.
I wonder if he's actually an SCP or if he's just a character that a guy that criticizes all of the are we cool yet stuff. Like he's just a higher up in the are we cool yet ladder.
Yeah, it could be like there, because again there is no like defined like governing body or like there's no rules in Are We Cool Yet except be cool.
Exactly. But still,
But
anyone that's super high up and everything, they might be wanting to keep their identity kind of anonymous because what they're doing is like technically it's not illegal, but it's not exactly legal.
Yeah, it's like a gray area and like kind of on the down low kind of stuff. So yeah, there's definitely some there's a there's a reason for anonymity.
Yes.
So yeah, it could be that it's an entity, the critic, or like an avatar of the critic, like the concept of being a critic.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could just be like a guy that like or that uses the title throughout the group of interest.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to see. Maybe sometime we'll look into a little bit more in depth into the critic.
You want to be the review critic?
Yeah, we'll discuss it so you don't have to. But I'll move on to the next thing here. Actually, just as a warning for a gamer, the next couple I'm going to be kind of stealing your limelight a little bit as a video gamer kind of thing.
That's fine.
Yeah, you'll find out. You'll see why in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So the conductor turned to the podium where his sheet music and baton lay at the ready. He opened the book to the first movement of tonight's performance, looked straight ahead at the empty space before him, lifted his baton, and the performance began. A sense of shock and wonder rippled through the crowd as the first bars of the overture rung out, aggressive, powerful, demanding attention. A brief pause allowed the crowd to compose themselves. There was no band on stage. There were no speakers anywhere to carry the sound. And yet, as sure as they could hear it, as sure as they could hear their own breathing, they heard music. Oh my God! This conductor is using the Wind Waker. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
Zelda. Like,
yeah,
because that's what the Wind Waker does. Like the Wind Waker produces music from from the air. It's like like in that mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, this is a really cool use of an anomaly. Like, but here's my question: does something fuck up actually occur as a result of it, or not? And update, not really. Like, we're still in that weird and whimsical side of the SCP entry spectrum, though there were some moments where I think it could have gotten dark. and not because of the effects of the lighting being snuffed out and stuff. But like
those lights died. There was death.
Yeah, they died in my arms. Yeah. Well, and on that, we move on to my next thing. Silence fell, and the hundred lights stopped their play and gathered in a circle around the attacker. The string soloist called out in confusion and mourning. Why? How? What has happened? The time for wonderment was short-lived. As from the back, another light swooped down and smashed into another, extinguishing it. Then a third, then a fourth. The gathered lights panicked and grew a bright blue, huddling together at first in fear. And then some of their own launched outward to defend themselves against the yellow-red aggressors. The machine gunners kept time. The bassoons sounded the march, and the accordionist wailed. It was war. So this conductor's baton can summon forth fairies, like those from Legend of Zelda. You know how they're just like
this
all
just
like,
all
like,
taking
right?
place in Hyrule now.
Yeah, this is all just like, yeah, like, and it's just like he can like just manifest fairies out of like light, like literal light.
Mm-hmm.
Also, warring fairies in Zelda might be a really interesting idea to explore. Just saying, like, perhaps for like maybe some like, I don't think Nintendo's ever listening to us, but that would be a really cool. I think that would be a really interesting idea of like a war of the fairies in Zelda, like the great fairies like sending out like their like an armies against each other.
What would the fairies have to be fighting over?
Well, perhaps one of them got corrupted by Ganon's like malice or something like that, and so that now they've become it basically kind of like again adopted, taking some more ideas from like fairy folklore, where like there's the Seelie and Unseelie fae, like there's like fairies that are cold and dark, and then there's like the ones that are like light giving and life bringing and such.
Okay.
So like have like kind of a war between the fairies. Also
Right,
like again,
some of the fairy fountains are in like really like hard to reach places, so like that fairy's like annoyed that Link doesn't ever show up there.
I mean, yeah, sure, that could be it. Or I was just say like, or like in one of those fairy ponds or like fairy fountains could be like again corrupted, or like again we've already seen in like Breath of the Wild and even Tears of the Kingdom that there is like while there are like the main great fairies, there is like some great fairies that are distinctly different from the rest, like the one that the horse god one.
Oh yeah, right.
Like he's technically a great fairy, but he's also like the first like I guess male presenting great fairy, and also like very different from the others.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I think that could be really interesting. That might be something I might also like take inspiration for a game scenario down the road for One Less Die with our kind of off and on episodic Legend of Zelda campaign.
Plug.
Yeah. Did I mention that we're going to be posting some those Zelda games next, like in 2026 for the 40th anniversary of Zelda?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Look to that, audience. Anyway, yeah, just I didn't mean to steal your thunder, gamer, but like I think it's because it's all musically like in tuned, and there's a lot of musical themes in Legend of Zelda, especially like after the N64 era.
Yes.
So like
even before that, weren't there like flutes and stuff that
Honestly,
did magical stuff?
There's flutes, but like Ocarina of Time really kind of like upped the musical instrument game. Like you started seeing a lot more diverse instrument, like magical instruments and like instrumentation in the games after Ocarina.
Yeah, for sure.
But and there is even like a mention in the story of like a minuet, and I was like, a minuet of the forest. No, that doesn't work. And that's why I didn't have it in my main notes and just kind of like side mentioning it now. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was the gamer. I was the review gamer today. But
or would you be the gamer cultist? I
no,
don't know which it is.
I think the
because you're still
gamer,
reviewing
honestly.
things.
Yeah, I'm still reviewing things, so it's still the review gamer.
But I'm still reviewing things, so
Or I'm the cultist. Maybe I'm the cultist in yellow.
Ooh, there you go.
But I digress. I'll step away from your limelight, your topic of expertise.
You say that, but I don't know.
Did I steal any of your thunder today because
No.
of that, or not? Good.
I actually didn't think of that.
But yeah, I'll move on to the next thing. A single chord that the conductor had hoped would sound like the one from A Day in the Life sounded out from the entire band in unison as all the attackers swooped in at once, and the entire concert hall erupted in a blinding flash of white light. First off, I believe that's A Day in the Life by the Beatles.
Yes.
And after re-listening to that song, I think I know what chord they're describing here, which honestly makes yeah, like I could see that now, like visually, or like not visually, but I could see that audibly, like in my head, like how that would play out.
In your head movies.
Yeah, in my head movies, yeah. in my head radio. Also, way to flashbang your audience.
What do you mean?
Well, because like the all like as this like crescendo of like this loud like crescendoing like chord hitting, just as like all these like lights like smash into each other and erupt into a blinding flash of white light in the concert hall.
Yeah,
like,
a little
the
bit.
The audience is now deaf and blind.
That's why they had to tone it back for the modern age of just the audience is now deaf.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so yeah, I like that. There's also a lot of reference to like music, like notation or like music terms in the story. I'll admit I did not look into them, but like I just kind of got the gist, like just from having a lot of musicians in my family, and like I was able to kind of like pick that up. But there's a lot in the story that I noticed as well.
I googled all the ones that I didn't know, just because I wanted to learn.
All right, well, if that's part of your notes, I'll let you do that.
Oh, it's not. I literally just said that I googled all of them, and I'm not going to list them all because there's a lot.
That's fair. But I'll move on to the next thing I have here. The conductor cleared his throat and snapped his fingers, and in an instant, the performance was over. The roar of the crowd ceased as the men and women disappeared back into the ether from which they came, and the walls fell in until the concert hall was once again the rehearsal space of the West Soho Performing Arts Center. This took me by surprise, like the conductor just dematerializing his audience as part of the final piece of this performative anomaly. Like
you've seen my art, I thought your job is done. You were all dead now.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was gonna be like I thought this was gonna be the dark moment where it's just like, all right, now that you've listened to it, you can like because it was such a great like performance, like the audience just ceases to exist because nothing's gonna be better than that.
Yep.
To them. I thought that was gonna be like the horrifying thing. It was like the crowd he just ghosts an entire crowd.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I mean, for all we know, we could have.
I legit think that might be worse, like on like a scary kind of point of thing, than what happens when like you go and watch the King in Yellow play. Because with the King in Yellow play, there's bodies.
Oh yeah.
The theater usually ends up getting burned down with everybody inside.
Mm-hmm.
But in this, like, it's just like the part of the theater just vanishes, like literally disintegrates, and everybody inside that was like this packed theater just ceased to exist and are just like raptured, basically.
They all get Thanos snapped.
Yeah, exactly. They all don't feel good, Mr. Stark, and then they just turn to dust. But yeah, I thought that was gonna be like the creepy, like the super creepy like thing of this. I know it wasn't, but like that would have been cool. Just saying.
I don't actually say that the audience is just an illusion. It does. Yeah. I don't think it straight up says that.
Well, they vanish into the ether from whence they came. So basically, like it's revealing that like nothing, like that was all an illusion, and part of the performance kind of thing. It might not be. It might have been that, but like it seemed like this was like a rehearsal. Like it literally is a rehearsal because like the guy's like testing out his performance to a crowd of two in reality.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it like, who knows? Maybe he just like brought forth a crowded symphony hall from like the 1930s or something like that, like just pulled them into the modern day or into the 80s for this moment, and then sent their ghosts back. Maybe he's really just a shadow runner, sorry, Mikey, like a street musician or like a music adept who can like summon a bunch of ghosts with his music. and like
Yeah, there's just a bunch of watcher spirits.
oh my god, he's creating an Alkera. He can with his magic he can create an Alkera, which is in the Shadowrun universe. An Alkera is a like 3-stage, but in
Nice.
it's an anomaly. It's like a phenomena, like a magical phenomenon. Um, Best way I could describe it is like part of the astral space, like where spirits, basically part of the spirit world bleeds into our reality. And there's like 3 stages of it. Like there's 3 classifications. Like sometimes they'll bleed in and like only magic users can see it. Can see like the landmarks that are bleeding into our reality, like bleeding and kind of cross sectioning with our reality. There's the second stage or second classification where anyone, not even just magic users, but like anyone can see the illusion of this like ghostly landscape just kind of bleeding over the real landscape. And then there's the third stage or the class 3 Alkera, where it's not just an illusion, like both magical and and mundane people can see it and also touch the landmark. And basically it like for whatever period of time it exists, the Alkera basically subsumes and takes over that space in the real world. So that could have been like something that this guy is doing, is like basically summoning forth some kind of Alkera that's full of spirits, like that are his audience for this piece. That's how I would treat it if I was running this in a in Shadowrun. If I'd use that idea for Shadowrun. A gamer, you're going to say something?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was just trying to find something. Like for all we know, it could straight up just be spirits that he's summoning. Like exactly what you're saying, because at one point the guy says, like, when he's referring to it, I'm trying to find it. I swear I recognize my old drill sergeant sitting 2 rows behind us. For all we know, his old drill sergeant is dead.
Yeah. And so, like, yeah, just like the spirits. Yeah, exactly. Like, basically, it could be like a bardic necromancer of some kind in like, either in Shadow, like using like Shadowrun rules, or even like in like D&D or D20 modern, like Urban Arcana. This could also be something that would fit that. There's a bunch of different different systems, like game systems, that you could like borrow this idea from, like idea for. Also, this kind of like with the critic and like the conductor, like their name, like them, like kind of talking the way they were at the end of the story, with like this is being like a rehearsal for like a bigger performance down the road. It almost kind of felt like these were two like two adepts from the setting Unknown Armies, like basically post-human or postmodern magical like artists who are trying to like influence the world through like the use of like gutter magic, or like through the use of like street magic, basically.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a cool system. It's very creepypasta like coded, I feel, Unknown Armies, because it's like it's very similar to like in the vein of like Alan Wake, or like basically like people who are obsessed enough over something and have enough like will power can like influence reality itself.
Yeah.
And like deal with like weird creepy shit, like, and it's like creepy postmodern fantasy and magic, so it's like, again, very creepypasta, very like Reddit no sleep kind of shit. But yeah, I feel like this is like, again, this story is just proving that the story is very rife with like ideas, like gameable material for some games.
For sure.
And then the next thing
also,
I have is actually,
well, before you continue,
Yep.
I've been waiting for an opening.
Sorry, yeah, you really just gotta like stop me.
Kind of, but you yell at me when I cut you off. So what do I do? Anyways,
Just keep pressing on.
Yeah. One other way that I saw the audience is A, they could be spirits. B, it could be like literally like he's pulling people in from their dreams.
Ooh.
Like people nearby could just be sleeping, or not even nearby because time zones are a thing. And he could just like, all these people could be like just seeing this as a weird dream, even though it actually happened.
Yeah,
especially with like how weird it is. Like if you said that you were sitting in a theater and you saw that shit happen, and then all of a sudden there's a flash of a bright light and then you woke up, you'd be like, "That's a weird dream."
That's true. Yeah,
But you would
honestly,
just
yeah.
let it go.
Yeah. Or to make this even darker, he's actually like grabbing people from like different time periods who have gone missing in their time period and just bringing them in here. And then when they are like when he's done with them and like he sends them back in quotes, he either does send them back and they come back like kind of raving and like that's why nobody believes them, or they just don't come back. Like they're just like he's just snatching people up and then like vaporizing them afterward, like feeding them into the machine that is this performance.
They're just a test too.
Yeah, exactly. So like, and maybe he doesn't even know. That would be the creepiest thing. He doesn't even know that he's like actually ripping people from reality, from like time and space.
He thinks he's just creating people.
Yeah, he's just creating people. He's not actually. And that's like, oh, I thought that was my. I swear that guy looked like my drill sergeant. He went missing back in like '67.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's where he ended up. And then like even like to add like a little bit like touch to that, like to the hint to that in the story, like as they're like as they're like returning to the ether from whence they came, like there's just like a crescendo of screams that are cut short as they like dissolve away.
Yeah, it could very easily be a lot more horrifying than how it's displayed.
Yeah. But yeah, like that's how I would like horrify it even further.
Mm-hmm.
Or make it more disturbing, and kind of push it more down the more disturbing and creepy spectrum of the SCP.
Mm-hmm.
But
make it more creepy pasta and less whimsy pasta.
Yeah, exactly. Whimsy pasta. I love that.
Whimsical pasta.
Yeah. But I digress. I'll move on to the next thing I have, unless you have something more to say.
No.
Okay. Then the next thing here is what the critic is, how the critic is kind of like how he critiques things and to the conductor. The lighting effects are a little amateurish, and the score could use more Steinman and less ELP. But your work with the audience has improved by leaps and bounds. So, are you sure it wasn't akin to ELO, Electric Light Orchestra? And for anybody who's not like into bands, ELP is a band called Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Oh, okay. I was good. I was just about to Google that. That's one of the things I forgot to Google.
Yeah. I know because like
it means economic loss payment or English language proficiency.
That's definitely not it.
European language portfolio as well.
Oh.
Earning. Wow, I can't say words. Early learning program. There's a lot.
Yeah.
None of them are the ones I need though.
Nope. And then Steinman apparently is also like he's like a major like producer for like rock and roll bands and such. So, but yeah, like, and again, the only reason I know like ELP, like what I knew it off the start was because like again, I have musically inclined family members who like got me into some of these music bands. So,
yes. You don't actually play an instrument yourself, though, do you?
No, my artistic talents definitely shifted from like music to visual art.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
Yeah. The other thing here, yeah, and we talked about like how like these guys are just two like street sorcerers, kind of, or like basically helping each other with their craft. In a way. So yeah, we already talked about like how this could be gameable. So I'll move on to the last thing I have, which is the ending section. I look forward to it, Mr. Chesapeake, the critic responded as he stood up and headed for the door. Keep working on this, and by 84, you'll be able to make a big splash. Leave the sheet music on my desk, and I'll have some more detailed notes for you by the weekend. Oh, and see if we can do the next session earlier in the day so your son can stay awake through the whole thing. I'm sure he's got an artist's soul buried in there somewhere. Okay, so it looks like this was probably like a performance that's being prepped for the 1980s decennial exhibit of the Are We Cool Yet group, based on context clues that I'm picking up at the end of the story.
Well, yeah. When he says keep working on this and by 84 you'll be ready.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
One thing that did kind of irk me that I think could be fixed in the story, and this might be a grammar thing actually now that I think about it, but I honestly thought that the sleeping child that was mentioned like right off the hop was actually the son of the critic, not the conductor.
Yeah, me too. It was weird.
And then like, but like this is clearly the critic talking, so it's like, oh, so that's actually that was actually the conductor's son. I wish it just had said one or two extra words in when it first introduces the two critics, or like the two real audience members, and just specified that was the conductor's son sleeping. And because that kind of because I thought that he was the son of the critic. So but yeah, other than that, otherwise it would be fine. But that is all I have for actual plots. Mikey, the East Ends for Evil.
All right. So, my first actual thought here is that there's a totally missed opportunity with the title, because we don't get any literal limelight in the story.
Because it's metaphorical.
There's also a lot of lights. It's a light show as well.
Yeah,
but they're not lime colored.
It is metaphorical.
Lime is a mix between bluish yellow and yellow, and some of them are yellow and reddish yellow, so there's still yellow in there. So it's kind of right.
I don't know. Totally missed opportunity. They could have had light made of limes.
Definitely.
I guess the one of the lights, instead of being blue or yellowish red, one of them could have been lime green, the blue guys could have been lime green fighting against the red yellows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or even just the one that was starting to act out first, doing weird shit. It could have been green.
Yeah, that could have been. Again,
it was different. So then all the other ones are like, kill it. It's different. And then that's how the war started.
That's sadly too real. About
a little bit.
Real world wars end.
Yeah,
how they end up.
Well, I also play Helldivers, so
yeah, true.
and Warhammer 40k. It's all kind of that kind of vibe.
Yeah. War.
Right. And my next actual thought here is that if the venue and the majority of the audience is an illusion, then why is the orchestra invisible?
What do you mean?
I see. Yeah.
Well, why didn't he make the orchestra show up as people if he made the audience?
Because that's not interesting.
Yeah, it'd be more interesting if I get it.
In the finished product, the idea would be you would have half of the seating filled with real people, and the other half would be fabricated people. So there's still a lot of people looking, and then they're waiting for the thing to start, and the conductor comes out, but there's no band. And then he just starts playing, and then music's coming out of nowhere. That's the whole idea, is making it visually noticeable that it's weird.
Yeah.
Are we cool yet? You have to know right away if it's cool.
Yeah.
And that is a way to know right away, because if there was a visible band, they could just be thinking, okay, when's the cool stuff going to actually start? Meanwhile, it already apparently started.
Yeah, I do like that, actually, the idea that, because now I didn't realize, because you made me question it, Mikey, and then Gamer, you kind of brought it back, because it was this, the crowd and the theater are probably not actually part of the performance. It's the other part of the performance, which is summoning the sound from nowhere, and then creating this light battle display or performance.
He was
but,
also
like,
already sweating balls doing what he was already doing.
yeah. So like the crowds and all that stuff, that also is like would be a really cool thing for like for a theater like group, just to like, it's like, oh, we only have like half the crowd here today. It's like, we know what, let's make everybody think that the we actually booked like a full group, and just like just like summon forth illusions of that makes it seem like we got a packed group.
They do that. It's called AI.
I mean, that's in real, like in on computer and stuff. But I mean, like in real life, like actually going to a theater and not.
They do that in real life, as far as my knowledge goes, through watching episodes of Seinfeld. Because in one episode, Kramer got a job as a seat filler, where he went to like like a play going on, and when one guy went up to go to the bathroom, he like awkwardly like pushed past him to sit in the seat to sit next to his wife, just so like the seats would remain full for the camera.
Oh my god! I just realized also that's wow. This is basically just a magical version of like AI taking somebody's job.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, true. He doesn't have to hire any musicians; just does it all himself.
This story was truly prophetic, like almost over 10 years ago.
I think I know the what's the name, Mr. Cheesecake? I think I know Mr. Cheesecake's first name.
Chesapeake.
His first name is obviously going to be Al.
Yeah, clearly, yeah.
Yeah.
Al Chesapeake, yeah. Wow. I mean, yeah, you do suggest like an interesting like conundrum in the story, Mikey, but I think we are able to kind of like logistify why it's happening.
Yeah.
That being said, with Mikey's idea of like there is a visual band there too, then people watching it, they're just watching it like it's a normal performance, and then all of a sudden he snaps the band and half the crowd away.
Oh,
like
so cool.
That is also a really cool like twist at the end.
Yeah, I do think it's cool.
Mic drop, I guess.
Yeah.
And everybody, I did this all myself. And then,
yeah, I do think it's actually I think it's actually cooler that like I think even like with the performance, like, well, why couldn't he just like manifest the crowd, like the people on the stage, when he could manifest the people in the crowd? I think honestly that's part of like the trick as well, is like, yeah, he could manifest like an entire orchestra on the stage, but having them be invisible and like you're not able to see them, but you can hear them, that's a spectacle just as much as yeah, he also has the power to visibly and audibly manifest audience members that are filling seats as well, and then also creating this crazy light show above you.
Yeah, the audience part is a trick, and the rest of it's a treat.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all part of the performance. Like, it's like, now you see me, now you don't kind of situation. Like, now you see the audience, like most of the audience members, but also now you don't see the band, even though they're playing.
Yeah.
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 Or for all we know, he's using his magic just to like cloak the band. Like there's an actual band there, but he's just hiding them.
That was a pretty like extensive band. Like they had cannons and machine guns.
I don't know if it meant actual machine guns. Is that actually, like a type of drum?
So that is that. Well, I don't know if it might be a type of drum. I do know that in some orchestral, in some really big famous historical orchestras, the conductor who's created the piece and stuff like that did incorporate artillery and gun and cannons and stuff like that for like the stronger like punch.
Damn. Just like I think shit into the sky.
Like I'm pretty sure. Well, like I think it was like dry fired.
Oh yeah.
Beethoven used cannons for his for some of his works and performances.
That's cool.
I'm not sure if I kind of just assumed that like after you use cannons, dry firing guns is just kind of the natural or firing blank like guns is just sort of like the just seems like a natural progression of like getting that like extra kick in your orchestra.
Also, I started trying to Google machine gun drum, and then it's coming up with drum magazines for machine guns.
Oh, so... the best thing ever.
Yeah.
God's greatest gift to gun falling. Like.
You do like your Thompsons.
Yes.
And if there is cannons going off, then I mean that's loud.
Yeah,
So
that
he
was
just
the point.
killed the. He's deafened the audience, so they can't hear the music anyway.
You say that, but literally, like we wouldn't have bang,
Yeah, but that was done
bang. Like
outside.
those were cannons.
What was this?
Huh?
This was done outside too.
Yeah, no. Those weren't done outside, Mikey. I'm pretty sure those were done in a massive orchestra or like a massive symphony hall.
Oh, were they?
I'm pretty sure I'll have to double check that.
Either way, they would be small cannons, but enough to make a noise.
Yeah.
And regardless, this guy's creating music with magic. So I'm sure that there's like volume sliders that he can mess with for all of the different instruments he's using, including the cannons and machine guns.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're right. It could deafen them, but if he's like mixed and mastered the audio correctly, then no, it wouldn't have.
Okay.
And the critic didn't complain about it, so I'm assuming that it wasn't deafening.
Just as a thing, I did look it up. The 1812 overture, from a name that I cannot pronounce because it is just a lot of T's and C's and K's and V's and
Spell the whole thing out.
Tchaikovsky's, I guess.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, is that okay? Is that it?
Tchaikovsky's gun.
Yeah, Tchaikovsky's.
That's when there's a gun.
I do see a couple of. I do see a couple of orchestras that are on a stage indoors with cannons next to the stage.
Nice.
There are a lot of them are outside. Like a lot of these performances are also outside, but like yeah, part of it is, or there are some that were done indoors.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Sorry, not. Yeah.
All right. So my next actual thought here is that for me, this all fell flat when it was revealed that almost everything was an illusion.
Okay.
Because because
you hate stories where it's like it was all a dream.
Yeah. Like it's neat and all, but like the problem is like nothing really gets affected in the real world other than the kid fell asleep with cannon going off.
I don't know how the kid managed that.
Maybe he's just like he was just really tired and like he's seen this before. His dad just keeps dragging him out to like these performances, these rehearsals.
Mm-hmm.
So just like, Dad, I've heard this before. I don't care. I just want to play football.
I just want to play Fortnite.
Yeah, it's 87. I don't think he's playing Fortnite.
No, probably not. I just want to play Mario.
Exactly. I just want to play Legend of Zelda. My God, 87. Oh no, this is before 87. Shit. No, this is before 84. I think Legend of Zelda came out in 85 or 86.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would have come out in 86 because that's like next year, like next February, I think. This coming February in 2026. Good Lord, is the 40th anniversary.
Also, do we have a locked-in date for this story? Because as far as I can figure out, the date is somewhere between 1975 and 1983. I don't know how you mentioned such a locked-in date like you just did.
Well, because like keep working on this, and by 84, you'll be ready to make a big splash.
Exactly, and it's every 10 years, right?
Yeah, So like,
then there is a 10-year period between 84 and when this happens that this rehearsal could be happening.
Right. I didn't say otherwise.
Okay, I thought you said like specifically like this is the date that this is happening on right now. This story.
No, I never said that.
Oh, okay, I must have misheard.
Okay, but yeah, anyway, the kid's like just bored because he's not really into this art stuff and this music stuff.
He's just rebelling against his dad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's just a rebel.
All right. So that's the end of my actual thoughts.
Okay, I don't disagree entirely with your stance on it, like because like that you're like you didn't like the story because of that. Because honestly, I think these stories, like as fun as they are and like as whimsical as they are, I want them to go darker.
Yep.
I want some dark shit. This is fucking SCP, goddammit. I want some dark, weird, like I want the weird, but I also want the fucked up shit.
Are we in final thoughts already? I didn't even get to my
We're
notes.
getting there. We're getting there. But I'm just saying, like, that's why, like, I kind of give, like, there's a reason I'm giving this only a partial recommendation. But
Well, I think Mikey's whole problem isn't the lack of dark; it's the fact that it was all "quote unquote" a dream in a way because it wasn't all real. But I bring this to you, Mikey. When you listen to music and the song ends, are you like, "Oh, that sucked because it wasn't real"? Because I wasn't there. Like if you're listening to stuff on YouTube, like look, seriously, he made music out of nothing that people could actually hear without using speakers anywhere. So it's the same as if you clicked on a YouTube video and listened to something.
Mikey, why are you just like,
Somebody
is
made that music and uploaded it to YouTube, so it's different.
He made the music with magic and uploaded it to your brain.
I don't think that Mikey is like, oh, like I don't like this isn't real right now, or like I think I'm the way I kind of thought that Mikey, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that you're disappointed because in the story that you were reading for this episode, it's like you're expecting something spooky and fucked up to happen, and it really didn't, because it was basically like all an illusion. It was all a dream that this guy did, and like nothing really fucked up happened. Like nothing tangible affected the reality in the story.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. And I do kind of agree with you on that. That's But Gamer, I guess it's your turn now.
Okay. So, based on what you guys just said, your guys' problem is that you still think that Are We Cool Yet is creepy. So, we've read, two? We had an intro, and then the first actual story after that, even though both of them were sort of full-on stories. Yeah. This is number 3. And so I went in here expecting not to be creeped out, because until we run into one otherwise, Are We Cool Yet stuff is whimsical. I went in here with a whimsical sort of vibe, and by the end of it, I enjoyed it more because I didn't let myself be disappointed like I did previously.
And that's probably the way to take it. Because I think it's because I was early on, and this is probably a failing of my own for this, because we have seen that the Are We Cool Yet group has been associated with some SCP entries beforehand that have been really fucked up. And then
art made out of skin or something like that, wasn't it?
Exactly. Or just really weird shit that they subject D-class to and such.
Yeah.
And then now that we're getting into some tales about the actual organization or the group of artists, it is sort of not living up to what how fucked up and creepy it was. It's still cool, but it's just not as fucked up as I thought it was going to be based on...
I think it's just because we're going through them in order. We're not going through using some tier list that someone has looked up. Someone who's read all of them has put them in a tier list of the creepiest to the least creepiest. We're going through just the way we're going through. It's going to be a slow build of them explaining what Are We Cool Yet art is and the lengths it can and can't go to.
Yeah, we're basically getting we're in the bunny slopes right now, or we're tipping our toes into it, and it's so far it's not creepy, but we haven't plunged into the deep end of the fucked up shit that Are We Cool Yet is associated with.
We technically haven't even seen a fucking exhibit yet. We've seen a rehearsal for one.
Okay. I counter actually.
Are We Cool? We have not been in the Are We Cool Yet exhibit yet at all.
We have. You just you're distinctly saying if we aren't in the building, we're not in the exhibit. But that performance outside the doors is still an exhibit. That performance with the guitar is still a goddamn exhibit.
It is. It's the closing act to something that I wanted to see before.
Yeah, that's fair. I do agree also, we still have not seen, we have still not ventured into, we have not been privy to enter the sacred halls of the we are not cool yet.
No, we're not. That's the problem. We're not nearly cool enough.
To enter the exhibit of the decennial of a decennial exhibit.
Yeah. Maybe
One
next
of these
time,
stores,
but I don't know.
hopefully, yeah. I guess we're just hoping for the next time. I guess
Because we got one more shot for this
before the end of
SCP-Cember's over.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll be
have,
cool next week. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe we'll be cool next week. If not, I will try and add some more Are We Cool Yet SCP tales down the road, like into 2026.
Yeah, for sure.
One day we'll be cool.
That is the dream. Anyways, on to notes. That was just like a closing note. The first one I kind of talked about. This line here: the audience rose in respect as the 30ish impresario in impeccable, impresario in impeccable white tie. Shouldn't it be in an impeccable white tie? Actually,
I'm
looking at it.
No, yes and no. Like,
He's an impeccable white tie, as in impeccable white tie is a type of dress. So yes, okay. Regardless, the word I didn't know, and it's basically the guy who organizes and sometimes pays for the entertainment at events. Is what an impresario is. And yes, I finally got that. And yeah, this is the note where it's like I'll summarize the rest as I've learned a bunch of words, musical words that I didn't know. I did a lot of Googling.
I forgot to check what a Moog synthesizer is.
It was invented in 1965. It's part of my next note, which is basically just me trying to like hone in on the year, because as soon as it started, I didn't have. It could have been any, right?
Yeah, until the very end where we get like that. And again, like you said, like he's got like a 10-year period that this could take place in, because we know that he's prepping for 84.
For sure. But yeah, me going through, like, it mentions speakers, then it mentions the Moog synthesizer. That synthesizer came out in 65. And then it mentions A Day in the Life, which is a song by the Beatles released in 67.
Yeah.
And then the West Soho Performing Arts Center, which, if it's referring to the one that's in New York, it was turned into a theater in 61.
Ah.
And then the Critic has a Grateful Dead t-shirt, which the band formed in 65.
I like to think that you just have like a cork board.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of red wool, like a red string, like
it's yellow. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, sorry, yellow string with the different like quotes, and like there's images of of the things in the quotes, like the Grateful Dead T-shirt, like and you're like 67, and then like one here is like the Beatles song, wherever that came. Yeah. I just love that idea. I might have to draw that. Honestly, you just like creating this like giant cork board.
I want to know.
I understand.
Yeah, but
Also,
that all got clarified by the 84 statement, so it's a 10 gap period for 84.
Also, it's just sort of, I'm not sure if we ever got like when the 20s one was, like what year the 20s decennial was with Birth by Guitar, but I do kind of just assume that like they to keep themselves under the radar, or to keep themselves like from getting caught, or like getting what's the word, when a sting operation, or like getting like swatted, I guess, by the SCP Foundation. I assume they don't hold it on like on the same day or the same date every decade.
It's just that year, so there's 365 days it could happen.
It might not even be like the same year. They might like kind of like wiggle room around like a couple of years before or after, just to try and like throw it off.
Yep, might be 1 year, might be 12 the next, or 11.
Yeah, exactly. Just to like, again, to throw off the various foundations that seem to be like looking into them.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, sorry.
That's fine. And then my only other note, honestly, is just I like the bit at the end where it's like showing someone reviewing the work, and and the guy's son who like somehow nodded off during all the loud as fuck performance. And also that he was like somehow underwhelmed by all of this. Like, granted, that character has seen the performance by Mr. Cheesecake before. I refuse to pronounce his name.
Wow, how dare you?
Yeah, but still, like, it added a lot of character to this story in such a short amount of time, because all that showed up at the end, and then all of a sudden, like, just blasted with a whole bunch of character development.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it would be so much character development, but just like character details and like, or like lore setting suddenly.
Yeah, because all of a sudden, the critic, which we have a rough visual on, we know he was in the military. We know he's seen previous recitals of this performance. We know the other guy has done previous recitals of the performance, and he's getting better every time. We know his son is lazy and doesn't like art,
or it's just a rebel. Yeah, it's just like he doesn't care for art as much as his dad does. Like,
or he's just sleepy.
Or like they
decide to do this at 3 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. They had to sneak in to the Soho Performing Arts Center,
which would track, honestly.
Yeah, again, they are an organization that's trying to stay under the radar. So,
what's kind of like weird though is like the critic, like after the performance ended, I was like, wow, that was actually pretty neat. And then the critic's like, I don't know, that was kind of shit. Like, the story kind of like down talks its own description of the events, because going through them, like, I actually had a very good visual of it, and that, like, in that headspace of in the 70s or 80s, seeing this happening, I would be like, wow. Oh.
But yeah, I mean, you got like, the critic's probably seen a lot of this stuff, and like whether or not he's like a human or an entity, like he's been around a lot and seen a lot of the, like, seen so many performances, and he's just giving like basically an honest critique. Like, he's not like being super biased or anything like that. So
yeah. But that being said, like, even if he wasn't impressed, you could show this to a bunch of plebs and they would probably love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But again, if you're trying to impress, are we cool yet people?
Exactly.
Which is what he is. People who have already seen supernatural stuff, then you got to up your game.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, I wish he clarified that a bit better, because if he straight up said that, like, if you went and showed this to the general population tonight, they would love it. And it would be great. But if you're showing this to other Are We Cool Yet critics, I could show you a few ways that would actually up your game. If he said something like that, it would kind of make more sense.
Yeah, and honestly, like, his criticisms are pretty constructive. Like, he's not like being like, "Oh, this is trash." Like, you don't even bother coming out to 84.
Yeah,
like, no, he's like being very support. He's actually relatively supportive. Like, I'll have some more detailed notes if you give me the sheet music by the end of the weekend, kind of thing.
Yep,
like, that was like very like, again, like, no, he's not Simon Pegg, or was it Simon Powell? He's not Simon from those talent shows.
America's Got Talent.
That's it. Or American Idol.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not Simon. He's more of like a Reuben, or maybe even. I don't think he's like Paul Abdul. I think he's more of like a Reuben. Like,
yeah, we get it. We get it. Yeah. That's fine.
References. We got them.
Yes.
Anyway.
But you're right. He was constructive. He wasn't completely negative. But I'm just saying it was kind of weird when I'm like, that was pretty neat. And then the first dialogue we have after that is like, that was kind of shit. But
also, I do love this dialogue. Now that you're bringing this up and such. Well, you put half your audience to sleep, the critic said as he gestured to the 10-year-old boy who nodded off next to him. Oh, yeah, but I was a Philistine at his age too.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty funny. I like that. Again, I like how like they give these like if this thing is some kind of entity. I love how they give them character.
I don't think he is an entity, because he says, I was a Philistine at his age too, implying that he ages.
I mean, you can still be a person and like get an anomaly in your like turn you into an anomaly, or like turn you into an entity
and still age normally.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I guess. Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there are a bunch of avatars or entities of anomalies in the SCP universe that were once human and like have now become like these weird cosmic beings.
I suppose. That makes me sad though, because that makes me think that SCP-999 could die of old age. And I don't like that idea.
999, in my heart of hearts, he is eternal.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Now,
Because he self-heals, so yeah.
This is how my brain works. Like, as soon as I said that, I was like, it's like, in Doom font, SCP-999, eternal.
Hell yeah. I thought the exact same thing. I saw him with like a little shotgun like sticking out of his goopy body.
No, not even shotgun. He, like, whole Doom style video game where you're SCP-999 and you have to give everybody hugs. You got to make all those demons from hell feel good, feel bad, feel calm, and like have them go back to their home dimension.
That's one way to get them off Earth.
Oh my god, it's like Doom meets Kirby, but like with like a hug mechanic.
It's like if like the Care Bears made a Doom game.
Yes. Oh my god, I would play the shit out of that game.
Care Bear steer.
Oh my god, it's like
that's the PFG.
Do you remember when Doom when the Doom thing came out where there was like a cross between Doom and that secretary from Animal Crossing?
Oh yeah, Isabel?
Yeah, Isabel, yeah. It's like that.
I still don't remember why that happened. It's just because they came out on the same day.
Yeah, it's the same thing why we got Barbenheimer. We're like Oppenheimer, and people were going out to go see Oppenheimer and then Barbie.
Yeah.
Because they were both came out at the same time. And so like people then started like
shipping them basically.
Yeah, basically shipping the films, not even like the people in it, but like the films together.
Is Isabel like the main character of that Animal Crossing game though?
No, she's just a cute secretary dog.
So why did it grab that one specifically?
Because
is it a new character?
No, yeah, I think she was a new character. She was a fan favorite.
Oh, okay, so, that makes sense. Okay,
yeah, and then like both games came out. They both got like Game of the Year kind of thing. So it's like, yeah. Anyways,
didn't she also get in Smash Brothers?
We are getting very off.
What are you talking about?
The tangent. I can see them out my window.
Okay, fine. I'm done. How about that?
Okay, good.
That's the quickest end to a tangent ever. Yeah.
Regardless, what do you have anything else?
No, I'm actually done. Okay. When I said I'm done, I meant I'm done.
All right.
Also, erase these 15 notes.
They probably weren't that useful.
No.
But yeah, I guess we'll move on to final thoughts. So yeah, I'm partially going to recommend this one, but it is on a positive side of things. Like, it's another cool idea of an anomaly being used in a work of art, music, and performance. Yet again, for something that's called like they keep talking about like this being like an art movement. They seem to be like these opening stories that we get for the Are We Cool Yet group are very music focused and less visual art than I was expecting. But
yeah, because we've got 2 of them so far.
Yeah, 2 of them so far, and like it was mentioned like visual artwork like stuff was mentioned in the like kind of opening descriptor of it, like Birth of the Cool and such. But then like the last 2 that have been like more focused around a certain thing have been like, again, just instrumental or performance art.
At least there was a visual aspect to this one.
Yeah, true. Yeah, there was like well, again, that's just performance art, and I'm not like a snob and saying like, oh, performance art is like, I'm just saying like as a visual artist, I want to see a visual.
You want to see some fucked up paintings.
Exactly. I want to see a fucked up painting fuck up somebody's day.
Yeah, or like a living statue.
Exactly. Man, you know, I might try and write an SCP tale that brings the SCP-175 into the fold. Of like it actually being a
I think it's 173 because I remember it rhyming with SCP.
Yeah, I looked it up, but yeah, I got it wrong. 175 is a fictional item. It is in an inactive state. It remains a yellowed, brittle-looking piece of parchment. Okay.
Cool.
It's a map. Oh, it's a map. Oh my god, SCP-175 is literally just a fucking supernatural treasure map.
Neat.
Yeah.
Either way, you're talking about SCP-173, the statue that murders you if you blink.
Yeah, the one that poops, or that has poop on it and blood and stuff, and then yeah, it's quantumly locked. So it's like the stone angels from, or the weeping angels from Doctor Who.
Which came first? We talked about it before. I don't remember.
I think honestly, SCP-173 came first.
Nice. We do not need to dive into it. We can just go on that.
No, fuck it. Like they're already they're almost at they're I can see them just down the they're stopping. They're slowing down at the end of the drive.
They're turning around.
If I hurry,
Tangent police.
if I hurry, we can get them done.
Technically, you're still talking about SCPs, so it still counts.
SCP-173 was posted first, predating the Weeping Angels of Doctor Who by a few months in 2007.
Damn.
Wow. Yeah. So,
which means probably the Weeping Angels were actually designed first because it takes longer to get through doing a production like that.
Wait, hang on. What? No.
But they weren't influenced by it.
But then it says the original post of 173 was posted on 4chan, on the 4chan forums in June 22nd, 2007. And it was actually the first ever SCP and foundational information for the Foundation universe.
I can see that.
Wow. Yeah, that makes sense. And then the Weeping Angels debuted in a Doctor Who episode, Blink, which aired in June 9th, 2007. So the Weeping Angels came first.
Okay.
Weird. Again, this is the AI like searching Google and stuff like that. So take that with a grain of salt, I guess.
It could be wrong.
But they came out around the same time. Like apparently there's also some debate of which one came first. So anyway, not important. We're getting back to the story at hand. Partially recommend it. Well idea. Anomalies being used as art. But I'm like I said, I'm itching for something horrific to come from these pieces. What does that say about me?
It says what we already know. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm a fucked up individual who wants to die by creepypasta. I could also see this being used as inspiration for some gameable ideas, as we kind of brought up, like the way the characters act and how the performance goes and stuff like that. There's a number of ideas that have already like kind of filled my head with how I might like take inspiration from this. And I'd probably just go darker on a narrative side of things, like because this could be way darker with this music, this instrument thing. Like he's just summoning ghosts, or he's summoning people from like who've gone missing in history, and then like he's just like feeding them into this magical engine that is his performance. It's basically just a giant soul sacrifice or a blood sacrifice. But yeah, aside from the fact that like it's a cool idea, I wanted to go a little bit farther with like the darker tones that like the SCPs often go, and so like I'm down with the whimsical, but I want more dark as we go on. Like if all these four tales that we're covering this month are all just gonna be like whimsical and like just silly little performances that like set up like other things, but like don't actually have anything like super fucked up, I might be left disappointed by the end of December.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, so that's why I'll partially recommend it, because it was well written. I did enjoy the read. I wanted more fucked up. But yeah, that's it for my final thoughts. Mikey.
All right, so not enough lime.
Yeah.
You know, just change my recommendation to non-recommendation. Fuck it, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Congrats, Mikey, you've broken me. No, I don't. That was a joke.
Yeah, and like I said before, the whole if everything is an illusion, then it sort of cheapens it for me, because like a grand stage is a grand stage, and yeah, if he's performing an illusion in front of multiple people, that's one thing, but if all the people are the illusion too, it's sort of,
I imagine this is the same reason. Like, do you also like when there's a horror movie that it turns out that like all the supernatural stuff was actually just in the character's head and they're in a mental institution, or like they're just like they're just crazy and they're not actually like witnessing or dealing with like something supernatural. Does that bug you? Or does that kind of like does that let you down in some way? Or
well, it makes it super mundane.
yeah,
When you were a child, did you not like watching Scooby Doo?
I hated Scooby. Actually, you know that
Maybe this one time it'll actually be a ghost.
no, it's old man Jenkins again.
Damn it!
Yeah, I will say like going to like the thing of like, oh, it's just like mental health issue, not something supernatural. I'm fine with that to a degree. The problem is there was a point in I think like the early 2000s or like the early mid aughts that every fucking horror movie was doing that.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was like oversaturating the
market.
the market basically for like, oh, like is it supernatural or is it just all in their head? We're intellectual horror. It's like, no, you're boring me now. Like it was good for some things, but like, yeah, just when it's
not original anymore.
Exactly, yeah. Like there's only so many times I can be duped that like, oh no, it's all gonna be in the character's head and he's just in a straitjacket. All right. Or oh, it's old man Wilkins again. Great. Why do I do this to myself?
Because Scooby Doo is fun.
I like it when I like the
He's a
movies,
talking
'cause the
dog.
movie- see,
I meant the dog himself.
yeah, Scooby-Doo is fun. Scooby Doo is a good boy.
Mhm.
That's and honestly, like I will say, like I never liked. I as like even as a kid, I didn't really care much for the original Scooby-Doo cartoon. I did like the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo because those were actual fucking ghosts.
Oh, yeah.
To deal with. And I loved the movies when it's revealed that like when it broke the formula from the show where it was like, oh, we're gonna go into this thing and this island's not doesn't have zombies. They're all like it's some kind of a land act. Oh no, it is actual zombies. And oh god, there's cat people and or like. Oh, the witch's ghost. Oh, it's got to be some kind of land grab. Oh, it was. Except not. Also, there was also a witch's ghost that's been summoned by her dead, her great great grandson who wants to be a warlock.
Wow.
I love the Scooby Doo movies because like the cartoon movies because they do actually like they don't pull their punches with like they break expectations and don't have the monster be just a guy in a suit.
Yeah, because it's set up for so long that it is just a dude in a suit, so it is nice seeing it flipped. Also, like in the more modern time, I think like kids could deal with it more.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway.
That's not the story.
That rant over. Man, like those man, I just keep seeing the Tangent Police's car like keep turning around like it's like a goddamn roundabout.
It's doing donuts in your driveway.
Yeah, which is impressive.
Should I stay or should I go?
Yeah.
If I stay, there will be trouble. If I go, there will be double. Is that how it is?
Yeah, something like that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Now they're going to your house, man.
God damn it.
Yep,
They're just stuck in a loop walking back and forth between the houses.
They're NPCs.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so Mikey, sorry, continue your final recommendation.
Yeah. So, there's not enough substantial in this story, I guess is what I'm getting at. Because like the majority of it's an illusion. So and illusions don't really affect the real world, so it's not creepy. So I'm not recommending it.
All right, fair enough. That really sounds like fun. Be that way. I don't care.
I mean, that is how it is.
But yeah, no, like honestly, like you're
entitled to your wrong opinion.
No, you're entitled to your opinion. It's not wrong. Gamer, we're not even joking about that.
No, of course not. Or am I?
No, I'm telling you, stop joking about that.
Okay, I only did it once.
You do it every time.
Do I?
There's been more than once that you've done like it's like he's entitled to be wrong. It's like it's getting old. Like we're
say that. I got that from listening to you.
Oh, we're pulling that card.
Honestly, yeah.
All right, fair enough. I did used to say that, but like I did also say it once or twice as a joke.
as I often do.
Yeah,
As I sometimes often do. 60% of the time. I do it every time. Can I go?
Gamer, yeah. What's your what's your recommendation, sir?
Okay. So as the others have been, this is very high whimsy, anomalous stuff going on. Which, to be fair, is how these abilities would be used by artists. I don't think that horror and sanity bending ones would be the popular choices for artists, because like at the end of the day, they are trying to be recognized as true artists, just as their mundane counterparts are. So if in their first Are We Cool Yet exhibit, they summon Cthulhu, that's not going to go over well.
Yeah, I guess I just kind of want the stories where like it's the extreme like obsessive artist that is like not pulling their punches and like
that's
like
what it's
going,
basically
like,
going to be. Like the actual Are We Cool Yet art is art that's just cool. That's pretty neat.
Like that's why they do this, because it's fucking cool. Magic, we can use magic in our craft.
Yes, but there will be extremists out there. They're like, oh yeah, we can use fucked up shit to make art. Let's do it. And then they try to put it forth to Are We Cool Yet? And they're like, that's not cool, bro.
Or it's like, wait, no, we're not affiliate. Oh God, why?
Yeah,
and
the
then,
stuff that you guys want to see, technically, I don't think is Are We Cool Yet art, because they wouldn't potentially show it to the masses, because they wouldn't be accepted as artists if that sort of shit happened with people dying.
That could be the case, and it might also be why the groups lasted this long. Like it's now lasted well over 100 years without a foundation shutting it down proper. And I mean, part of that is also because they're always on the run. They're always on like they're nowhere. They're never in one place at the same. Like they're never in the same place, kind of thing.
They're mobile.
Yeah, they're mobile. They don't have any. They're decentralized. Like it's difficult to get them all, kind of thing. But I do think that as much as I think like maybe perhaps a majority of them are just like, hey, let's use the lighter stuff to enhance our art. I do think there is probably a group within them that are fucked up and just like, no, we need to start a revolution with our art and these anomalies.
Yeah, those are We Cool Yet extremists?
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, exactly. Are we really cool yet? It's like that there's a meme where it's like, oh man, I can't believe we both got superpowers. Now we can be the heroes and save the world. It's like, yeah. One question: what if we don't? And that's when it's revealed that like one wants to be the hero and the other guy who gets powers wants to be the villain.
But yes, exactly that. Regardless, back to the story again.
Yeah.
So as a whimsy, unspooky story, if you go in there expecting a whimsy, unspooky story, it's a fun read, because the description of the stuff that happened was described quite well. Even the audio stuff was described quite well if you Google some of the things that's referencing. Mm-hmm. I learned a whole bunch of different musical phrases and instruments and stuff, which was pretty neat. But again, if you're expecting to be scared, you're not going to enjoy it. So that's why it's a recommendation, but with condition, because that's the condition.
Honestly, maybe I'll move mine to a conditional rather than a partial, because that is sort of the crux of my recommendation is like, I enjoyed the read, I just wasn't spooked.
Yeah.
So,
but it's not intended to be spooky.
Yeah. So if you take out that kind of thing, yeah, like it, like you said, if you go into it, not thinking it's going to be super spooky and just going to be something that some art thing that uses an anomaly and not necessarily be spooky, then you'll enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
And again, that being said, being in the 70s or 80s and seeing this unfold in front of you, it would be pretty fucked up in a way, like seeing all of a sudden that chandelier's gone. Okay, all of a sudden the roof of the building has been blown out. Okay, the walls are collapsing. Like, what's going on?
Half the crowd just dissolving while they scream silently.
Yeah, like honestly, like there is creepy aspects to it if you think about being someone sitting there. It doesn't carry very well as just someone reading the story. But if you literally try to put your butt in that seat, it's kind of creepy in a way. Not so much that I would say it's straight up a creepypasta, because it is a whimsy pasta as far as I'm concerned. But I still enjoyed it enough.
Yeah.
But just like you guys said, I do want to see spooky shit. But like, that's the whole
I do
point.
want to be.
Yeah, that's why we're reading creepypasta, to be creeped out. And these
Yeah.
are creepy. But like, if you go in not expecting to be creeped, then it's fine.
Yeah. I guess that'll do it. So a non-recommendation and then 2 conditional recommendations. So take that with what you will. And here's hoping to the future. We get some actual where we get an actual fucked up Are We Cool Yet story.
Yeah, even if it just visually looks fucked up, but it doesn't hurt anybody, like that's fine.
Yeah. I just wanted to be fucked up, man. But that has been this week's episode. If you like what you heard, or if you didn't, leave us a comment in the comment section below, wherever this gets posted. Some of us are on Blue Sky. Mikey, for example, is at the E stands for evil, and I'm at Review Cultist. You can also send us emails at aldenterigamortis@gmail.com. That's ALDENTERIGAMORTIS@gmail.com, where you can also leave us suggestions for other creepypastas, SCPs, spooky things. You creep it, we'll peep it. Yeah. And if you'd like to help support our show financially, you can go to Patreon. We have special episodes, early access, and extra content. To all our patrons helping support the show, thank you immensely. You're helping keep those hosting bills at bay. And as always, we very much appreciate that. And to our listeners and the authors of these stories, thank you immensely, because without your authorship, writing and posting these stories and entries on the internet, we really wouldn't have much of a show because we'd have nothing to talk about. So thank you. Now's a good time to mention that we are a part of a podcast network, Crit in the Night, an actual play and creepypasta podcast network. We're there alongside our previously mentioned sister podcast, One Less Die, and our cousin podcast, The Role Playing Exchange, for things that go crit in the night. Until next time, I have been your host, Review Claus.
I'm Mikey. E stands for Ebenezer.
And I'm the Grinch in yellow.
And this has been Al Dente Rigamortis for SCP-Cember 2025. Sleep well.